this is, I'm up to the full 4 dive downs. I just can't. I can't play without that card. Um, I just personally can't. Um, to work everything in on this list, because it's got a few more creatures than a lot of the lists currently, he has trimmed on Essence Scatters and moved them to the sideboard, or Essence Captures rather. Not sold on that either, but definitely going to try his list. And in the sideboard, again, it's pretty stock at this point. The only card that's different is I'm trying the one Jace Cunning Castaway that Javier Dominguez plays. Um, Not for any particular reason. I think I would just rather have a search or a treasure map or something, but this card beat me so bad the other day that I figured I would put it in one deck at least one time, and this seemed like a pretty good opportunity to. But I'm going to pretty much bring it in all the matches that I would bring a treasure map or a search for Azcanta in. And we won the dice roll. And we have a reasonable hand. Some of our favorite things. Winning dice rolls and having reasonable hands. What do? It's not a great hand. I mean, obviously. We didn't have a one drop for our session, even though we did have the double dive down, but so it was a very reasonable hand. Can't even complain about it. Oh, not happy about that really. However, depending on what they play, we have a few options here. Fortunately, that's one of the worst ones for us. Alright, so come on, land one time. Not a land. Alright, well, how much gambling do we do? This is pretty hard gambling because if I don't hit the land for the Wizard's Adept, we might just lose on the spot. And I didn't hit it. So I'm just going to go ahead and slam this. I'm not even going to try to protect our thing now. I think it's just too easy for them to have any number of blockers for this at this point, and that maybe this never attacks again. So if they're using a removal for it, and we get to suit up this, I think that's fine. Like I said, it was kind of a gamble to even put that on there. I just wanted to land so bad. It was probably a stone mistake, but I find in this deck that if you start missing lands, you actually lose. And if they can kill both of our things, I'm not going to be too happy about it. But maybe we'll draw the land for the Tempest Chin in that scenario. No, this is a race that we may not be able to win. Hopefully they're just pumping up the growth chamber friend here. Well, that hurts. This not being a wizard was a bit of a dagger. But if that's their best play on 5 mana, maybe that's okay for us. I mean, obviously we know they have another... Oh, that's even better. They only have 2 cards. The growth chamber does a lot of work, though. Hydroid Crassus would do a lot of work, too. Well, couldn't counter that anyway. Not super worried about that. It doesn't have trample. We'll be able to put a blocker in front of it. The siren. But I mean, like, we're clearly going to be taking some damage beforehand. Probably millions, in fact. Make them pump that up. Throw our dive down out and hope that they don't have another removal spell. Because if they do, we're in serious trouble. But I don't think we were just winning this race, so. If we get out of this turn without them using a removal spell, that'll be nice. There's a good chance they're just playing another one of these. So that gives us a 2-turn clock, so we only have to not die next turn. We have a way to block 6 of it right off. So we play both of those as haste threats. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not particularly close. Oh, and that was beautiful. Alright. We have a lot of stuff going on right now. Railway sideboard versus the contraption our opponent's playing. Like, I wonder what black cards they have and stuff. I mean, what they're showing doesn't kill us. Okay. They're now technically presenting lethal, but we still have a Trickster and we still have a Siren Stormtamer that can block. And they're down to 4 mana. It's looking very positive. This card's quite annoying. Okay. Well, this card's probably good here. This card's probably good here. This card's probably good here. These are probably good here, at a bare minimum. Then we can try these if we want. Like, they're not always going to have. Let's see what we want to take out first. Think I want to get rid of the Spell Pierces. Think I want to get rid of some of the charts. Probably all the charts on the draw. Might bring them back in on the play. I don't really like these ops, but anytime I have the Petromancers in the deck, I feel obligated to keep them in, and maybe that's silly. Guess I'm going to dump that, mostly because of the Rhythm of the Wild. I'm saying it's not great, but I don't think you can mulligan hands like this. I think you just have to roll with the punches. Realize a lot of the things you do here are just going to end up being bad. And not really care if they kill this. Okay. The beaters are in place. The beaters! And we only have one spell. Enjoy. Still a lot of lands for our 19 land deck. We are now officially out of spells. Our opponent could have as many as 3. We really need to draw an obsession to just take this game over before they draw something super useful anyway. It's not super useful. There's an argument that I was supposed to go ahead and Trickster the Druid there, because now they can pump the Druid. That seems fine. I don't know why I would want this in my graveyard. It's probably wrong to put it in my graveyard, but it's in my graveyard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. So check out something that changes the race drastically. We need to draw a Tempest Shin. Just take this game over with. Made it a 4-4. It's kind of odd. Alright, well this game's over. Unless we draw exactly Tempest Shin this turn. Maybe we can draw enough blockers to sneak one more turn out of it, but I don't think so. I think we had to have Jin that turn. Go ahead and take our 8 here and prepare to lose. I've already pressed F6. Alright. Well, we drew over a third of our land. I don't think I want these anymore. Doesn't look like a great game for them. They're not really doing the Wild Growth Walker stuff. I'm going to try these, though I don't think I'm going to like them. It's just not a playable hand. Alright, we'll keep it and pray that we hit a land. Looking really bad for us. Game 1 started out so well too, and then like game 2 and 3, I just didn't feel like we could play Magic. I mean, obviously we could rattle off several lands here in a row and be okay. It's just unlikely, especially with a 19 land deck. A shock? Is it for an elf or for a duress? It's for an elf. This card's actually really good. It's a horsefish. Rim of the Wild, maybe? Or do you have cast downs? You have Scorchmark. Oh. Okay, that's not the card I thought it was. I was super impressed by our opponent for a second. And then I just realized that's not the card that I thought it was. Well, I need to try to find the land, so. Guess what that stuff is not? I don't think we're ever getting to a point where we're using a counterspell this game. Ever Curious Obsession on a Surge Mare is a little overpowered. JK. Did you use multiple removal spells on that though? So, land one time? I don't even think I'd play it if I hit the land. Just gonna cast another Surge Mare. Because Curious Obsession on a Surge Mare, as I stated above, is a bit overpowered. Can't be blocked, and it gives you a loot and stuff every turn. Oh wow, they have a lot of stuff. Not sure we can win this game. Alright, I think I have to risk it now and just put the Tempest Gen down. I apologize, my phone's going off. I hate playing the Gen there, by the way. They've got a way to finish off the Surge Mare. Goodbye, Surge Mare. That's just all I have to say. And then we're going to load up the Tempest Gen and have the Dive Down and the Mistcloak Herald to block and hope that we can kill our opponent in 3 turns. And if they don't have a removal spell, this is a 3 block anyway. And I would rather them kill the Surge Mare than the Tempest Gen. So there's even a bonus for that. So we have our little chump blocker now if we need it. Or protection from an Eldritch Reborn or a Plaguecrafter. Do you be using the black mana for something? We've solved Duress, but you splash for just Duress? Not entirely sure. I wouldn't, but I'm wild, so. So who knows? Okay. I'm definitely taking 4 here. Potentially 6. I don't think I'd block the Llanowar Elves either. Okay. Feel like we just need to draw 1 counterspell to win this game in our next 2 draws. Or potentially a Merfolk Trickster as well. I don't think they have enough to kill us. A blocker might even be enough. Well, strike one. Strike two. Pretty easy dive down. We just block, and we're not taking 15, so we win. Scorch mark. That's kind of interesting. We faded, so that was sweet. Starting off 1-0. This is rare for Searsist. Really hope there's no background noise. I have about 100 web pages open where I've been working. Alright, well, I'm just going to block something at random. That's not 15 damage, but they have no cards in their hand. They're not getting to draw any cards, so it doesn't matter. All we have to do is fail to not attack here. Alright. Cool. Man, VTCLA is killing it. Who was second? A Jessup. That's a pretty reasonable person to be second. Forget if that's Andrew or Dan. I think it's Dan, but I don't want to swear. Probably Google it and figure it out. Maybe I can't. Or at least I was too slow. It's not really strong enough, I don't think. Oh god, we should have kept the 6 or the 7. Opponent. No. Starting off with 5 cards when our game 1s are typically better than our sideboarded games. It's not where we want to be. Right on time. Maybe they won't have a single removal spell in their entire deck, and whatever creature we draw will be enough. Actually realistic. Just play Thief of Sanity. It'll be sad. It looks like it's a Mortify. They shocked and now they're passing. The neat thing about this is we can Wizard's Retort now. They shocked, so they've got something. They cast the thing that makes us discard next turn. There's a good chance I'm just going to discard a Wizard's Retort and gamble because we're so far behind. Oh, they just had double Mortify. Nope, guess we won't be doing that. Maybe they won't have another? That's actually a really good one. Because that, my friend, is a Pirate Wizard. Actually, I have to try to counterspell that. I don't want to, but I can't really beat it when it starts putting blockers and stuff out. Tempest Shin? That's not a Tempest Shin. Sphere mid-range is a really hard match. And we did. Alright. So, what do we have going on here? Probably need this. Could potentially use some negates, but I'm not sure. The Deep Freezes that Alexander Hayne had is a card that we could be playing if we were using them. But alas, I'm not using them, so this is about the best I can do to try to beat Seraphs and stuff. Could maybe add one more of these. If we get off to a good start, we can win here and then just try to set behind our stuff. Stop any of the Seraphs or Lyras from coming down. But find this to be a relatively hard match. Wonder if I should ever bring in the Exclusionary Mage. I don't know. It's probably better than what I brought in. Alright, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to cast creatures and be happy. Especially if we draw land. That's not a land. That's not a land. GG, we lost. Would have slammed a Tempest Shin that turn, I think. Just let him kill it and not care. That card's pretty sweet in this deck. Well, dive down, friends. Nope, another very bad card. I'll rephrase. Very bad card in this situation. Well, they shocked, so they have no fear of anything. tilt. I'm not bluffing anything. Just don't even care. We can't win this match without getting extremely lucky, so we're just going to play like they don't have a Lyra, don't have a removal spell under 3 cards. Because if they have any of those things, we're not winning. It's 2 more non-games of Magic. This deck's not feeling consistent right now. A snap block on the 4. They're winning in a race at this point as well. I have nothing. To survive 4 turns? I mean, there's a world where they don't have anything, right? Wasn't this one. GG. At least we had those draws versus a rough match. Oh, we're on a dice roll winning streak. Loving this. We have the dream start. Well, the second dream start. We have Sally into Charter Course. Always happy with that. It's not Sally into dive down into an obsession, but oh no, no opponent. No opponent. That deck's so hard for us to beat. I legitimately don't know the correct play anymore. I guess I'm still just casting this. Well, pretty happy I cast that. Considering it looks like we weren't going to play if I didn't. We untap with this, we'll probably win, so. They have lava coils in their main deck. Now, if I'd even had a whiff of them having lava coils in their main deck, I obviously wouldn't have did that. But that's not really a card that gets played right now in the main deck of Red Deck Wins, so that's very odd to me. I'm just going to counterspell that. I think it's strong enough. It's one of those cards that you like kind of can't beat if it goes unanswered and our deck doesn't really answer it. I'll actually take another land here. I'm willing to block here as well. Oh. It's worth a spell pierce. Aww. So we have 4 in our graveyard right now. Guess we just pass it in. I don't want to just play that into a Chain Whirler. That's not good for us. I got confused for a second. I'm used to Arena and it didn't auto tap the 5. I was like, what? What? Stop it, video game. So we need them not to have double burn spell for the Petromancer. Peteromancer? They didn't. Well. And seems like we're sneaking a win off of a hard match here. Alright, they're done. Interesting. So what do we know that's good versus Mono Red? We know Surge Marizar. We can assume some number of negates are. The negates go in based on what I take out. I don't know what I'm taking out yet. I think the melodies can come in, probably. We have to have some way to deal with the Runaway Steamkin. Miss Cloak Heralds are probably gone. Want to minimize the things that die to 1/1. Obviously, I have to keep these and these because of their utility. The next worst cards are probably Wizard's Retorts. So, let me just do this. They have to lose at least 2 cards, but what I'm thinking about right now is like how many of each copy of these 10 cards that I want. And I'm not sure what the answer to that is. I think I want some copies of them all. So if I want some copies of them all, is that all I can do? Will I get one of each? That doesn't seem great, does it? Has to be a better line than one of each. Maybe take out a Charter Course for a second. It's just not. It's not very clear what it should be, is it? Their deck can play so many different angles. This hand's certainly a keep. It got better. Think Trickster here because Trickstering here stops a lot up the stage. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I punted so bad. I'm supposed to tap that. Well, I've already screwed the pooch, so to speak, so. Oh, wow, they don't have anything? Oh my god, that was perfect. I mean, they could have a Chain Whirler here, but I don't care if they have a Chain Whirler. Like, I was willing to trade that card away for practically nothing, so I certainly don't care if they have a Chain Whirler. Really just want to draw another land at this point. They paused there. Were they worried about a Merfolk Trickster? Were they light on instant speed removal? I think I have to let it die. Alright, land or we lose? Well, we probably lose. I think I could just jam it, especially while we were looking at a 3 Wizard's Lightning. I do think I counterspell anything they cast here, though. Oh, another light up the stage. With another light up the stage. Oh. Triple light up the stage. That's going to do it, especially when we missed a land drop. And by missed a land drop, I mean boo. Alright. Tempest Gen, are you good enough to bring us back into this game? I'm going to assume that there's nothing that brings us back into this game with the runaway Steamkin over there. Stop on opponent's turn. Don't want that getting any more counters this turn or doing anything wild, so. Not a play I like making, but it's the type of play you make when you're really far behind. That's one of the reasons I don't like making that play. Now it forces us to hope they don't have an instant speed removal spell. They do. Well, they didn't. They had a sorcery, but get a general gist. We're willing to trade one of those now? That's different. They wouldn't trade it last turn, they will this turn? Oh, super different. Alright, well, no, not only did they draw 3 light up the stages, they drew the full 4 lava coils. And double chain whirler, or triple chain whirler. I'm gonna go out on a limb and call that their perfect draw, but I don't think I'm gonna change anything. I actually still think we could have won that game had we just hit the land on curve. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe we couldn't. and 3 goblin chain whirlers. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Sometimes we draw ridiculously good too, so I'm not gonna complain. Actually, just gonna slam this. It might dissuade attacking. I don't want them to get a lava coil. Alright, well, this is what I call a problem now. I don't actually know how to win if I'm going to keep missing my land drops. Like, I legitimately don't have any idea what to do now. Just casting Charter Course doesn't seem good enough here. Yes, Tricksters seem kind of bad. I don't know, maybe the Storm Tamer's just worse. Feel like we can't win. Oh, they have double of their best card versus us. I called Lava Coil their best card, but really, we just can't beat an unanswered runaway Steamkin. And they have 2. I boarded in my answers, but like, obviously I don't have the lands to even try to play them. Yeah, stop on opponent's turn. I'm playing a 19 land deck. So this is what you sign up for when you play a 19 land deck. You just hope it doesn't happen a bunch in the same match normally. We got game one. Are we so far behind now that I don't even have a choice? Yeah, we can't. We just can't really win anymore. Let's do this, Surgemare. Draw me 2 cards that matter, please. I don't actually know what cards do matter right now. I'm under the impression that there isn't a card that matters. Oh, I stacked that wrong, but definitely stacked that wrong. I'm used to Arena where it doesn't let you stack them, so I just kind of clicked and wasn't paying attention. Which is a big whoopsie. Guess I'm just taking this hit. Because I have to try to protect ourselves from an experimental frenzy or the game is just over. Did they play a land last turn? I wasn't paying attention. I don't think they played a land. Well, I guess it's easy to tell. What turn is it? It's turn 6. Okay, it was their turn 5, so yeah, they've missed a land. So I stack these right this time. Land, please? That is in fact a land. Alright, well. What is the worst card in our hand then? I think it's just Storm Tamer or something. Maybe I should just put one of these in my graveyard just to increase the count. I think I'm just going to cast the Surgemare and the Tempest Gen this turn. That feels wrong too. Not being able to block feels like I lose. So I think I'm going to play the Surgemare and the Merfolk Trickster. When do I ever have time to cast a Storm Tamer or a Spell Pierce this game? The Spell Pierce has to be... Seems like it's just really, really bad when they have a million mana. But we are going to try to shut this down during the upkeep, so... I'll get rid of the Storm Tamer. Yeah, maybe they don't have anything. Who knows? Certainly not playing anything. What are you lava coiling? That thing? I don't care. I I don't care. I blocked the bigger one. So this Spell Pierce is not doing anything the rest of the game. Okay, there we go. There's a solid addition to the crew. Land? Yay, it's a land. Goodbye, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce, you are not needed anymore. We're starting to feel good. Throw out an additional blocker there. And just attempt not to die this turn, basically. What are you frenzying? So I have 1, 2. Okay, that thing's dead. It's fine. Goodbye, friend. You'll be missed. They now have 1 card in their hand. Oh gosh, 9? Oh, it's just a fight with fire. Fight with fire me for 10. I guess I shouldn't have got rid of that Spell Pierce. How brave is this? They were like, I know you play Spell Pierces. Don't care. I mean, I'm obviously going to look for my 3rd Spell Pierce, but I just want to stay here and be sad right now. Alright. Well, we got 2 strikes. Strike 1, strike 2, and we lose. We were actually going to win this game if we'd kept Spell Pierce. We would have won that game had I held the Spell Pierce. Oh, that's savage. Savage. I would have won that game had I held the Spell Pierce. How could I ever think Spell Pierce was going to matter, though, when they had 1,000,000 lands in play and 2 runaway Steamkins on 3? I mean, they literally had 1,000,000 lands. They had 11. How could I think a Spell Pierce was going to matter? I'll have to expect exactly Fight with Fire? I don't really expect Fight with Fire. We had Negate and a Wizard's Retort in our deck too, so it's like we're not completely dead to that type of effect. I don't know, maybe I should have thought about it. Well, sucks to be me. I think I've won 4 dice rolls yet. I'm still not doing particularly well. And it's mostly because we can't draw 2 lands, I think. Alright, we'll keep this hand even though this hand does not look remotely playable. Now, Mono Blue looks so much better on Arena, where Arena guarantees you better ratios of lands. This guy is actually a very good player, too. Alright, well, the 5th land is not something I wanted. I don't want the 4th. I certainly don't want the 5th. From my recollection, they typically play red decks. Looks like they're on a blue deck too of some kind. They're 0 and 2 as well. So if they're on the same deck, that means they're also not doing well. They played another island. They're very likely on the same deck. Yeah, that's a solid one. It's actually kind of cool for us. So they need to have 2 ways to stop a Merfolk Trickster now. Or they lose the Curious Obsession. Nice, we killed a Curious Obsession. We feel like champions. They already have 3 cards in their graveyard, so this turns into a 5 next turn. So basically they've got us on a 2-turn clock. Assuming they have the land, obviously. They don't have to have the land. They could just not have the land very easily. Our Petromancer. There's going to be a second card going to the graveyard. We play it this turn. We don't have enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump it. Hey! That's the first card that we got rid of with the first stop. I don't know, there's an argument that I should have kept that Petromancer. I keep calling it Petromancer, by the way, when it's really like Pteramander. But I've called it Petromancer so much, and I'm probably just going to keep mispronouncing it forever. Or I'm just going to call it Sally. I've not decided. I like Sally. Sally's pretty sweet. Alright, well, we have a chump blocker now. And they may not have the land. They had the land. Could just block this now, right? They only have 7. What am I more afraid of? Them drawing a card or them getting a 5/5? I think I'm afraid of them getting a 5/5. I don't think I'm likely to win anyway, because they're going to have more things like this. So I should technically stop on my opponent's turn. Well, Tricksters are typically good in this match, but they're not good when the draws are so uneven. They did draw 6 lands though, so. Anyway, we are 172% dead next turn. We have no out. That's not an out. Yeah. Maybe they won't attack. That seems unlikely. Okay, they're thinking too long. Let's just concede. So we want these even though they're not really good. We want these even though it's not really good. We want these even though they're not really good. Got some number of spell pierces. Basically, I'm doing like a hybridization of Alexander Haynes' sideboard list. Take care. Thanks for stopping by, Nightjay. Why are the Warriors trending? Oh, yes. Yeah, this hand's solid. Not actually sure which is better. I think I'm gonna play the Petram or the Sally first. We'll offer to trade. Actually, I'm just not gonna offer to trade. Block me. Snap offer. We have a dive down to save our Sally, or save our Curious Obsession. Alright, is this going to be the exact opposite of last game? No, it's not. We drew a land. And because they are exclusionary mages and melodies, we will save the Storm Tamer there. Or save the mana, rather. That's a little gambling, but we're kind of behind. Hopefully we'll find a land in 2 draw steps. If not, there's a good chance we've just lost. Strike 1. Strike 2. Alright, well, we probably lost. But we couldn't answer that. We were really far behind, so it felt like we needed to gamble. There will be no block. We're just like doing a weird race right now. Nice. I guess they're missing lands too. Let them attack with whatever they want. We're just trying to resolve a trickster at this point and win. Which is not easy when they have 4 mana and 6 cards. That's a good one. Actually, a great one. Huh. Doesn't them having a dive down seem relatively high? So we have 5, 6. Let's start with this. If that resolves, it changes the plays we get to make. I think I'm just attacking with the Pateramancer? No, maybe I'm attacking with everything. Fairy Duelist and we lose! Oh, what a dagger. We play that card too, but what were we supposed to do? What were we supposed to do? I guess we could have not attacked with anything. Was that the play here? Not attacking with anything? That was such a blowout. There's nothing I can do about that. Could just block this. At this point, this seems more like more sense than this. Wrecked pretty hard there. What else will they have? That is the $10 million question right now. Everything, it appears. Spell Piercer, dive down, and we lose. I guess I have to attack then. A blocker for this in case they have a Curious Obsession, if they have a Trickster and a Curious Obsession, or like an Exclusionary Mage Obsession, anything Obsession, we're dead. I mean, that can't block, that can block. Alright, big time luck, let's do this! Yeah! Big time luck. Throw your hands in the air. Big time luck. Throw your hands in the air. Throw your hands in the air when you get lucky. When you get lucky, throw your hands in the air. Nobody wants to hear me sing, do they? I think Spell Piercers are just on the draw especially better than the Retorts. The Retorts are just like so much mana. The charts are like 1,000,000 mana too. I'll keep one. Actually, I'd rather just have this than that, I think. No. Alright, let's try to play this game better, because we didn't deserve to win that last game, I don't think. Stand solid. Keep. That's a good one. Alright, well, if they have an obsession, you know what happens, right? Hey, Squad Chief, what's up? Yep, not Arena. Played some Arena last night, but mostly play Moto, except for my sponsored week. My sponsored week, we played all Arena all the time. I like both programs. Don't need you. How is that Teamer's Teaching deck that I saw you playing? Is it any good? Have you signed up to try to get them? Um, you can go there and see how to sign up to be part of the program and everything. And one of my friends is in love with it. I've not had a chance to play it, and I've only got to see a few games, but it's got really good tips for streaming too that I'm too dumb to follow, as you can see by my beautiful overlay. I think he's trying to bait me into spending my mana so that they can get a Curious Obsession or two down. Yeah. Hopefully they won't also have a counter spell. They also have a counter spell that will suck. Though we might be able to bait their counter spell with our own Curious Obsession. Oh wow, they could just not have anything. Well, JK, the world is our oyster. Nice Spell Pierce draw. Nice Spell Pierce draw, fam. So I'll put my land down. And I'll attack for 5. If they offer to block, we'll do the cool stuff. And if they don't offer to block, we're just going to hold up a Fairy Duelist and a dive down. We're kind of behind on the clock here, but the Fairy Duelist can block. I choose you. And I attempt to eat you. Okay. Well, Curious Obsession is pretty sick here. I guess I'm supposed to pay for this? Maybe I'm not supposed to pay for this. What else? I'm just not going to pay for this. I need to save my dive down. Feels to me like that's play trying to get a Merfolk Trickster out. So I'm going to leave the Exclusionary Mage back, since I kind of think that almost telegraphs Trickster. But maybe I'm wrong about that. We drew a Trickster. Maybe it just telegraphs to have another Spell Pierce. I feel like they have a Trickster. Sure. Not too concerned about that. We have the Fairy Duelist to block still. Another Tempest Gen. well. I don't want to attack with my Tempest Gen then. So this blocks this, and I'm taking 5, 6, 7, 8 unblockable. If they draw land, I lose. So I need to attack with both of these as well to force them to chump with something. We got crushed, JJ. So this forces a chump, right? I'm throwing away one of these things to free block on the Tempest Gem, but it makes the other one chump. So if I brick with my Curious Obsessions, I still have something here. And these things can't block anything anyway, so even if I don't, it's not that big of a deal. Other Trickster's an Astral. Go ahead and put a stop on their upkeep. Oh, I didn't play my land. Oh, that's so bad. I didn't play my land. If they have a Spell Pierce, I could lose. Why didn't I play my land? Right, I guess I'm just not going to do this now. I meant to play that land. This could be game costing. I actually don't have a lethal attack, right? It's just 5, 6, 7. So if it's just 5, 6, 7, I don't care. Alright, they're done. Yeah, not playing this land could have definitely walked into that second Spell Pierce that we assumed they had when they played this Spell Pierce. Oh, but we beat a difficult opponent. And we got a chance for our pity chest. Alright, we're going to have to play tighter. This deck's, it seems complicated because everybody calls it mono blue shitters and stuff like that. I like to refer to it as mono blue obsession. But like, the reason so many people call it bad, I don't think is because of the card quality. I mean, obviously cards like Charter Course, Opt, Dive Down, Trickster, Spell Pierce, like it's got a lot of powerful cards in it. So I don't like calling it that. But I think people call it because they expect a performance to do bad because they just misplay it. And you can see how many like easy misplays I'm making through the course of the games. It's also weak versus White Weenie and Red. Though I did hear Brad Nelson say he had been beating the red decks, so that's wild to me. I don't know how you do that, but I mean, he is Brad Ilmeffing Nelson, so I believe anything the man says. So they're playing Bant Stuffs. Hydroid Crassus for 1. Well, you can chump block. I'm actually worried about protecting this. Because I think if they played it like this, there's going to be other ways to kill this. So I'm just trying to one-shot this off for one draw. Now, obviously, if they do nothing, I'm not going to play anything else. But if they blocked, I would have probably cast the other Sally. Actually, I probably wouldn't have. It's too easy for them to have Deputy of Detention. Just get 1 for 1 now if they have it, which isn't too bad. Yeah, so we have a Wizard's Retort for a real spell. Yeah, different things for different ones, of course. Um, Obviously, there's a lot of people signing up for it, so it takes a while to get selected. I got pretty lucky. I signed up in beta, and it took me, you know, quite a while. I'm gonna worry about a counterspell here. Oof. The 5th and 6th lands, not where we want to be. It's just another Hydroid Colossus for a bunch of cards. That would be very hard to beat. They're paying X, so I guess it is. Still have to counterspell it. Since it's pretty difficult for us to just beat the body here, much less the 2 cards he's getting. That's the 3rd thing in our graveyard, so we can flip this next turn with protection. Well, they don't care about MTGO. Keep that in mind. They only care about Arena. Oof. This is what I refer to as not going well. We might be able to do something sneaky here, though. They make this mistake. They did not. Call that disappointing. I can't attack anymore. They have a 2/2. I like both. Like I said, both of them. I'm a pretty big fan of both. We're just getting buried. This match does not seem easy. We're also not drawing Tempest Gen, which is the card we need here. I really, really need a Tempest Gen. I think we can win with just a Gen. It's going to be tough at this point, though. If they ever put that Deputy of Detention in combat, we've got like a really sweet block, but I don't think they're going to. Alright, well, do what we can do. We'll turn that off. We'll get in front of the life linkers just so they don't get life on the following turn. I don't think this is 14 damage, but there's a chance that I miscounted. We need something good here. Something real good. I don't think there's anything in our deck good enough, but... Alright, well... If there's anything, it's drawing 2 cards. Maybe we'll draw like Double Trickster. I don't think I'm alive. I think I'm still dead. No, I'm alive, ain't I? Wait. So we're stopping 5 things? So only 3 things are getting through? Yeah, we're alive. Neat. Neat or Rooney. Obviously, it depends on what their next card is. The problem is to win the game, I have to tap this, and I can't survive if I do that. Unless I miscounted, I'm still alive, ain't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only 3 things are getting through. So, I have another deputy of detention. I'm like pretty clearly dead, but let's move the blocks. We want you to survive, and then nothing else matters. They're just block 2s. We take 3. Did they get the detention, or did we find a way out of this game? Anybody's guess at this point. Our opponent's not conceded, but they're also not going to their second main phase and just killing us, so. Did we do it? Maybe they counted wrong and are just sitting here confused now? Play to our outs, though. Sounds like it's storming pretty hard outside, so if I fall offline, it's because my power went out and I apologize. In fact, I was going to do a second league this morning, but with the storm I hear, I don't know if it's wise. Well, that would be a dagger if we go up a game and my power goes off in the final round. A dagger, I say. Kind of don't know what they're waiting on. A lot of people that wait in this spot are salty, but this is game 1. You don't salt off in round 1, game 1 of your tournament. So I don't think they're salty. I think they like legitimately lost connection or something. What kind of dagger will it be if they've lost connection and we wait all this time and they come back and just play Deputy of Detention? Or Lyra. Lyra would do it as well. Oh gosh, I could get salty. I could get real salty if that happened. So when you guys watch me play Standard, and this goes to anybody who's watching the video as well, do you prefer watching it on Arena or do you prefer watching it on Magic Online? Oh wow, that kind of sucks. Glad it's back on for you though. Stay warm and all of that. Opponent, it's been 3 minutes. Do we win? If it is a Lyra, at least we're redrawing to a Merfolk Trickster to tap it. If it's a settled wreckage, we're redrawing to our three Wizards Retorts. We've already played one, my bad. So we have 2 outs for one of those scenarios, 3 outs for the other one of those scenarios. We have no out to Deputy of Detention. Like, they're not conceding, so I'm imagining they have something. Hydroid Crassus isn't enough. Hydroid Crassus draw 1 deputy is enough. Okay. They don't have it. Nice. Well. We don't really have outs to Deputy of Detention. He seemed like he had a bunch of creatures. And kind of slow creatures. So I'm going to bring a couple of these in over a couple of Wizards, or probably a couple of Spell Pierces. He actually didn't show us a... They didn't show us a thing to use the Spell Pierce on, did they? Also, kind of want these and these here. Don't know what to take out for those, though. Excuse me. I think I'm going to shave one of each. Maybe the Exclusionary Mage just isn't good enough. It does reset a Deputy of Detention, though, to where maybe we can dive down or counter it on the way back down. I get $0 off of my YouTube. You have to have 1,000 subscribers based on the new YouTube rules after the Paul Logan stuff a year or 2 ago. And I am setting at, I think, 900 and something now. So I've not got back to the 1,000 to even start getting money. But it was like $30 or $40 a month before then. Which is honestly more than Twitch was making me. But a lot more people watch me on YouTube than Twitch, so. And I think it's because my stream's actually ugly and like I don't know how to do anything. He went to the Suicide Forest and like filmed some dead people. And he done something else before that, but like that was the thing that pushed him over. So like they started taking a larger crackdown on content producers and stuff like that. But it was all about then. I think you only had to have 200 or 300 before then. I don't remember how many it was. I had about 330. I expected to hit the 1,000 again, but about the time we hit 900, it just stopped growing. Ooh, boy. Oh boy. Sally's got a toy. We still have another counterspell. We have a protection for Sally. We have a trickster if something does sneak through. I did not see that. I've not actually watched any of his content except like when he said something super controversial or whatever and everybody's like linking it on Twitter and stuff, I've watched that. But beyond that, I've not really watched it. I don't watch very many people um, that don't play Magic. Like almost everything I watch is Magic related. Well, that's really good versus our Melody. Maybe it was a mistake to bring the Melody in. We've still not drawn a Tempest Gen. That's kind of nice. Our opponent's not drawn much of anything this game, though, so can't really complain too much about the old Tempest Gen stuff. I think I just trade the Soldier for the Mage here. Yeah, me bringing these melodies in was probably pretty bad, but I have no way to really beat Lyras and stuff. Which was what was going through my mind. Well, the 8th land's definitely not what I want, but it seems like our opponent's kind of flooding as well, so. March for 3? I mean, sure. They left 2 up for negate, I guess? I'm not sure what we do. By the way, I've not pumped this up to a 5-5. Nobody's made fun of me yet for not pumping this up to a 5-5. I think we would have won this game had I not punted. Wow. Now I'm a little salty. Actually, I think we would have won this game had I not punted so badly. Hey, Dong, what's up? You come in right in enough time for me to forget what Sally does. Even though I play Sally and I love Sally. So me not knowing what Sally does is mundo embarrassing. Yeah, Merfolk Trickster. Do Merfolk Trickster things. Shut down the fam. Block, block. Technically have a lethal attack. That's a Lyra. I feel like they have a negate. I guess I want to put the counter on this one. Just in case they have an answer at this point. They left up 2 mana earlier, so I'm going to assume this is a negate, but that's fine because we'll just untap cast. Oh, they don't have anything. Well, I don't know. I don't know why they left up 2 mana earlier. I can, but it'll gain this ability back. Like it doesn't lose. What the hell was that noise? I don't even have my hand on the keyboard. Did you guys hear that noise? But it'll gain this ability back, and then it'll just get it, the next turn. So I can steal it for a turn. What was that noise? My hand was not even on the keyboard. That was wild. So, to play more or not to play more? think I want to play more. Huh. So we're going to switch decks here. This is the PT the PT winners version of the deck. Aaron, I can't pronounce his last name because I'm not very bright. Let's go ahead and update everything. They have an article on Star City with a sideboard guide and stuff, which is why we added this deck to the rotation for today. Because you guys know me, I love trying things with sideboard guides. Well, this hand's just not keepable. It's a 20 land deck. Alright, so you're trying to tell me I made a mistake by playing this league. Well, the Danto's not very good here. You're trying to tell me I made a mistake by just not going to bed. What is the second green-white deck, by the way? It's 2 in a row. Well, the other one was technically BAMP. I've not saw them in ages, though. Their hand is reasonable, I guess. So they're keeping the Druid. So this is a BAMP deck, too. And GG has been called. Main deck Baffling End. I guess they kept a Druid because they have a Krasis in their hand? I'm not sure. Weird. I don't even want to play this. It's just gonna die. We might have a small chance if for some reason they choose not to kill the history. I think we're just gonna pick up our cards. Especially if this is a land. I'm gonna sideboard how he says to basically versus Sultai. And then versus Sultai, he takes these out. A couple of these out. A couple of these out. And these out. And brings in the Tocatli Friends, the things that buy back the Tocatli Friends, and the things that stop Wild Growth Walkers and Mana Producers. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get this game 2 and 3. There's a good chance that I should cut some Snubhorn sentries. And kept the bodyguards in. Honor guard, please don't baffling end our friend. He is our favorite friend. It's not really our favorite friend. He's our favorite friend for the time being. They have a very powerful hand. That's not a baffling end. Sometimes you draw the nuts and hope they don't have a settled wreckage. This is one of those times. By the way, this card and this card are kind of a nombo. If anybody's wondering why we didn't get the triggers, but this couldn't attack into that anyway, so. Alright, so I guess I do have to play around Settled Wreckage some. So I'll just attack with those then. I am, however, not going to play around Cleansing Nova. Doesn't matter what I tap, they're not attacking this turn. Isolate. That's a magic card. Huh. Be right back, everybody. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, we don't have an answer to that. We don't have an answer to that. Yeah, sorry, there was somebody in my room. Don't have an answer to this. Could draw a baffling end, I guess. That'd be sweet. Um, Can't attack if I don't. It sucks to only see Conclave in Game 3. I guess maybe I should have expected them to be Conclave, but after we just played versus that other very mid-rangey build that I don't think would have a Conclave in it, kind of just like skipped my mind. Why'd they go to the second main phase to cast their Crassus and aggravate me? Cast it in your first main phase. But yeah, we don't have an answer right now. If they tap all of their mana, maybe we can draw a Baffling End and get 2 attacks in and somehow sneak our way over, but... Oh, sorry. I criticized them for going to their second main phase, but they had to. That's just stupid of me. I apologize. Alright, it's Baffling End time. That's not a Baffling End. Alright, we're dead in 2 attacks. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, that's not necessarily... That's 100% true. Can't do anything about it. Well... I think we can just concede. Yeah, it's 12. So we have to hit the Baffling End mana now. Alright, we're dead. If we'd hit Baffling End, we had a blocker for that. Maybe we could have drawn another blocker and got 2 attacks in, but no. Maybe I should have kept Conclave Tribunal in, but I really don't like Conclaves versus Vivian Reed decks. And the climb wasn't even on my mind. And it is. Just coming down like cats and dogs out there. It is getting froggy. Another green deck. I personally think that this deck's bad versus all the green decks, though the people who built this deck claim you beat Sultai. I just think they're wrong. I don't think Tecatli is good enough. I think the only reason it's been okay so far is because people have been skimping on their spot removal, which is something I don't think people will do after this one to open. Climb does not give trample. It gives flying and doubles the power and toughness. Probably going to keep the 6/6 blocker. On a positive note, Conclave Tribunal is really good versus the 6/6 blocker, so we have that going for us. I have actually a lot going for us right now. Next turn, we'll be able to cast a Loxodon and a Tribunal in a turn after, or the turn after that, we'll just be able to Unbreakable Formation and send the world? Well, certainly not blocking. I like to feel the pain. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock you, boy. The most expensive paper Magic card I own. Near mint to mint Underground Seas from Revised. So, not real expensive, but they're in beautiful condition. Well, they were. I loaned them to somebody for a tournament, and they come back significantly worse than they were, in my opinion. But that's okay. This is what you call a lot of power. And next turn we get to do a lot of cool things. We get to Unbreakable Formation, Send the World, and then Conclave post-combat. If they have anything that seems threatening. Spoiler, they're not going to have anything that seems threatening. Whee! I attack you for millions. Millions, I say. You're still dead. Alright, you're alive. You found a line to be alive. You go to 11. Now what? Now what? You can't cast spells. Now what? You can cast some creatures. I don't know what that does. Alright. Well, the same sideboard plan as last game. Hopefully it'll work a little bit better versus something that may not have Hadana's Climb in it. Yes, the Unbreakable Formations were amazing there, but overall I don't think they're very good. And Andrew or Aaron, what is it? Andrew Ellenbogen agrees. I think that's their name. I'm bad at pronouncing things. Hey, Local Dope, what's up, man? I thought you were going to start streaming. All you did was tease us. Alright, I'll keep it and see if we can hit the second land. There's only 20 in the deck, so there's a good chance that over the scry and 2 draw steps, which is 3 cards, we won't get it. But math says that we probably should. Or in my humble math. Though, we did have double Loxodon and an Ajani, so maybe this hand just wasn't good enough to begin with. And we'll pick up our cards if we miss the land. My name is Takali. I did mulligan to 6, but we had to scry. The scry and 2 draw steps is why I kept it. I would have mulliganed to 5 on the play. This is not good for us. I block you. I pay for. Don't have a second, please. Add a second. Alright, next game. The hand's not great. I don't think you can ever mulligan a hand like this, though. Boo! Yay! You know what's fun? Losing to Golden Demise slash Cry. But I want the city's blessing, so. I don't think I like them outer tacos. They just don't seem like they're good. Don't you have it? They didn't have it. They didn't have it. We're still alive. What a great day. Hey, yeah. I guess I could have tapped my mana differently, but I didn't have anything to spend it on anyway, so. I would trade this for that, so if they double block, I'm fine. If they don't double block, that means we're probably getting finality'd. They certainly have to have something. Finality would suck because the druid survives. We did everything we could to do damage to him, though. We casting the marshals too much, but it did sneak us an extra 4 points of damage in there. I think that's more than it gets on any other turn. Sucks to be us. Really sucks to be us. 6 land and 13 cards, well, technically 12 drone cards, way too many. That's not a good sign. It was starting off at a quick 0 and 2. I don't know. We can still win this game. Draw a Johnny, get back a flyer. Flyer wins in 2 attacks. If we top deck more to go with it. That's not what we want. Here, you can see my land. A positive note. It's a magic card. Oh, I don't have a second Choops. Don't think we actually have an out now. GG. Well. Yeah, I don't love these white decks at all. I don't think they're particularly powerful. And I think they just lose to the green decks, the green-black decks, very badly, which is what people claim this deck beats the green-black decks. So it's like one of the selling points. Alright, we're on to play. Strong opponent, medium hand. I'm going to play this one first. Are the Explore decks a deck, though? I didn't even know the Explore decks were decks. Like, aren't the Explore decks just, like, really bad? They're probably playing red-black, then? This was the first deck we built of the season. Back when we had our preview account. I'm trying to decide whether they can shock. It's not a good place for us to be if they're deciding whether they can shock or not. That's hilarious. Gutter Bones. Not solid for us. I'm going to pay the 4. That's right. Assumed we have a lightning strike or something. So didn't even pretend to not block, or didn't even pretend to not do our thing. Guess it's a 4/4. Get us some extra stuff on the table. See if they have Bedlam. They do not have Bedlam. Which means they do not have an attack. Might need to save that for Spawn of Mayhem, or maybe I'm supposed to just play it on the Reaper, I'm not sure. Guess I'm supposed to block? I don't think I care if they kill the Hierarch, so... They Could just be trying to get a spawn down. Yeah. Which is why we saved a tribunal. Hey Dumbo, what's up? So no matter what, they take 13 here. They don't have a block that doesn't take 13. This costs 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the one from the Midnight Reaper dying. Alright, so what do we want? We definitely want these. We definitely want these. Probably don't want these random X ones that don't really do much. We have to keep some of them. Don't really have anything else to bring in. I don't know. It depends on your definition of good. I'm not in love with any of the decks yet. Like, I think the Sultai deck's probably the best overall deck. I think Wilderness decks at some point will become broken, but I don't think we'll see that till the Pro Tour. Maybe a Grand Prix or two after the Pro Tour. The Drake decks are fine. The Mono Blue decks are fine. The Esper deck's fine. Like, I don't love the Esper deck. The Esper deck's like incredibly powerful, but I don't love it because it's not running things like Opt or Dispersal or anything. So, like, basically the only way to help you hit your mana drops is Search for Azcanta and the Surveil from Thought Erasure, and I don't feel like that's enough. The Gates decks are pretty good too, but I don't think they can ever beat the control decks, and I think they have a hard time beating the red decks when the red decks are on the play. But they're definitely a fine deck. I enjoy playing them. But you saw how much we lost to red when we didn't win the dice row. That's a Judith. Pretty free block on that. Unlikely Dumbo, but I'll be honest, I've not saw it, I do not know. Guess you can't block, and you're probably not blocking, so... think I block with the soldier here, though. Alright. Think I block with the soldier here. They're down to one card. Maybe I don't block with the soldier here. This block could be too loose. The block apparently was pretty loose. Don't think I want to play that. Again, I want to save it for a Spawn or a Theater of Horrors or something. You think so? I thought they would have a maybe I'm supposed to cast the Benalish Marshal there before I attack, but I wasn't sure that I wanted to even play it. I kind of changed my mind at the end. I think a Loxodon might have been better, but I decided I wanted more blockers so they couldn't get the Gutter Bones back. So basically, I'm trying to make sure I constantly have 2 blockers right now. But I could see that being wrong. I just don't want them to get these 2 creatures back for free. I don't think I have to attack yet. There's the spawn. Spawn's probably a bit late now. I'll put a counter on this one and this one. Don't think I care anymore if they get those 2 things back, so. Because those things can't block. So even if they kill our thing, we're only taking 7 now. This should be it. I don't know why our opponent's waiting. Come on, opponent. Let me give you the formation. Alright, well, we beat the aggro deck. Onward. Can we win the next 2? We have won a lot of dice rolls. I'm going to keep it, but mainly because I have 5 different 1-drops. If I'd only had 1 or 2 1-drops, I would never keep this. Sometimes you get hot. Still can't beat a Woodland Cemetery if they have it, but I said Woodland Cemetery, but I meant to say Wildgrowth Walker. Would you like to trade for a Skymarch Ashprint? Yes, yes you would. Boom. So next turn, our Skymarch Aspirant takes to the skies. They got a Llanowar Elf and a land. So it's an X2. Not really worried about them casting a Cry or anything, so might as well attack with this and get this out of the way. Just a 4-3 next turn anyway, so it still just bounces off of it. This could be a Chupanopra. Short. Bye-bye flyer, you'll be missed. Oh wow, you didn't kill the flyer. Did I have a send? I didn't have a send and a Legion's Landing, but I guess you're right. I didn't have to sacrifice it. I really want the Legion's Landing though. Don't know what they can have now. I think they need 2 spells. 2 specific spells. Like one of them probably has to be a Moment of Craving. Alright, well, we're going to get these. We're going to get these. We're going to keep sideboarding out the same thing his article says to sideboard out. Yeah, maybe that was better than the Legion's Landing. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to get them all out. I'm not going to keep this hand. I guess we keep it. Certainly keep that. To Catley. Carry us. Do to Catley things. Oh, to Catley, the beautiful. Do your thing, do your thing. I can't sing. Would you like to partake in combat, Llanowar Elf? How much would I cry if they had a moment of weakness or moment of craving? Oh my god, they do have moment of craving! I did not know that was a card that these decks were playing at this point. And lesson learned and GG. Well, I mean, so what I get. I get what I deserve, and what I deserve is what I got. Just wrecked. I knew they played cast downs. I did not know they played these. I didn't know you needed such a weak card in your deck since your mono red match is stellar anyway. But maybe I should have never put it in combat. I think most people would have attacked. Excuse me. Wherefore art thou are my destruction and finality? Alright, it's time for game 3. This is a keep. We have our Toto friend. He does not bring in negate in this match. He's trying to get the game over with before finality comes down. I don't think that's reasonable. Especially because sometimes they have Crive Canarium or whatever, or Golden Demise, and just this deck doesn't beat those spells. But we're using his sideboard from Star City Games. Well, this is just bad for us. Alright, I'm gonna play this. Ain't worried about no moment of craving this time. Well, he has them in the sideboard. He doesn't bring them in this match. He brings them in versus like Esper, and like Bant Nexus. He does have them though. Thinking about shocking a Hallowed Fountain and just putting it in his mind. I don't necessarily think it makes it a weaker deck, but if you're not going to bring in those cards, you're not helping this match. They have the copy a thing, and they copied a mana producer. I shocked the Hallowed Fountain just to bluff, but I don't think it'll work. Oh god. That's just becoming a 3/3 is pretty nice. Maybe I was supposed to just cast my thing and attack with my 4/4s that turn. I think I punted that turn. I said 4/4s, but I think there's a good chance that I punted that turn. I think I should have just sent the sentries in. Feel like I kind of threw this game away. I'd made this attack last turn, I think we could have actually won the double sentry attack. Maybe we can win anyway if they don't have anything. They have to have something. They didn't even double block the Loxodon. Like they had a 3 kill on the Loxodon. Opponent just legitimately has nothing. Or is trying to get me to overextend, I'm not sure which. They double blocked the Tocatli, they're dead. So we don't have to worry about that. This is triple chump block. Well, it's not triple chump block. Well, it's triple chump block if they want to stay alive. Like they could have blocked this, this and this and just took 7. Or they could have blocked like this. Yeah. Okay, opponent did not have anything. And we got a chance to get a pity chest. Can we do it? Is there a pity chest in our future? I don't know. Be pretty happy if we make the comeback for the pity chest. Oh, we finally lost the dash row. And solid, though. Okay. Well, both Drakes and Mono Blue are supposed to be good matches. We clearly have to hit another land before that's a case, though, but... Interesting. Opponent plays no spells this turn. Attack with our friends. Missed our land, though, which sucks. So if they have a Spell Pierce or a Dive Down, which is pretty likely, we're going to be in some serious trouble. Yeah, serious trouble has been called. Even more serious trouble when we don't draw that land. I think they're representing a Dive Down or a Spell Pierce pretty hard, but like I said, I don't think we can beat one without drawing our land. Maybe I'm supposed to just attack with everything just to get a Benalish Marshal in play? I don't know. Feels like I'm kind of on a 2-turn clock here. Shocking, I'm dead this turn. Not the land, so just dead. Nothing we can do now. Well, that's a bit of a stinker. Alright, well I certainly want these. I certainly want this. I don't know what I don't want though. Guess I don't want that. Guess I don't really want these. I don't think I want the deputy. Oh well, it all comes down to this. Gotta win 2 games in a row. Well, we're not doing it with 1 land again. That's pretty bad, but I have an interactive spell. Don't think we win with this hand. It's just too much air. Guess I should play this first. Then I should attack. But yeah, this is just way too much air. We had 2 creatures in our opening hand after we had the mulligan. Just never going to win with that. We have to waste this. True, another dead card. 20 land deck. Oh, they have a second. Think I'm still just can't attack, of course. And they've only got 2 lands, so that means they have actual 6 spells. Probably should have used the vampires and played around the spell pierce, but I'm about to concede the game, so not too worried about that. I'm only not conceding the game because there's some miracle where they just don't have the drakes. Or that we like draw another conclave or 2 in a row. Spoiler, that was neither of those scenarios. They shocked. That probably means an Enigma Drake. Why did they shock? Alright, that explains that then. Well, and they do it last turn and get an extra point of damage if they knew they were doing it. Alright, well, we got crushed with this deck. The only games we won felt incredibly lucky. I really just do not think this deck is good. And I'm not talking about this particular 75. I just don't think this archetype is any good. Like, if you're on to play and you draw perfect, it's hard to beat, but just didn't feel like it did. Maybe we should try it in a second league. What time is it? 8:20. No, I think I'm going to call it 8:20 a.m. where I live, and I'm in a pretty fair amount of pain anyway. But yeah, thank you all for coming by. I highly appreciate it. It was fun. But going to take off now. Take care, everyone.